Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Tempo League. Today we're talking about buzz rolls. Okay? So we want our buzzes to be nice and beefy and solid and not choked. We want them to sound like this. Okay, this would be choked. Okay? And this is not buzzy enough. This is just doubles. So somewhere in between that. Choked, doubles, a nice buzz. Okay, so how do we play those? First things first is we need to make sure that our thumb is on the top of the stick. Let's see, what's the best angle here? Thumb is on the top of the stick. The finger is, the thumb and finger are, there's pressure between those two. If you remember French grip, we had the thumb on the top of the stick, right? Same thing here. And there's not really much of a gap between the thumb and finger, okay? If the thumb were on the side of the stick, you've got a gap there. And that's going to make it harder when you go to play the buzz to put pressure down on the stick. Hopefully you can see that with the left hand, gap there. It's going to make it way harder to put pressure down on the stick. You need to move that thumb near the top, and then there won't be nearly as much of a gap here. You can see that gap closed right up. Okay, so that's one thing. Don't try to squeeze too hard. If you squeeze too hard, you're going to get that really crushed sound. But just find that correct pressure to get that really nice buzz sound. The next thing is we want to make sure that we're not playing from our wrist, but that we're playing with our entire arm. Okay? So if we played from our wrist, it'd be like... And you can do that, but it's better if you lock that wrist and lock your entire arm and just play from the elbow. Okay? Hopefully, maybe this would be easier to see. Again, lock the wrist, and the elbow is what hinges. Okay? Versus, I don't really use my wrist a lot for these, so it's hard to even imitate that. But it'll be a lot healthier to play with your entire arm. Because if you try to do it with your wrist, you're going to burn those out real quick. Okay, so play with your entire arm, and then we want to play down on the head. You look at this. I could play with my arm almost parallel to the head here. That's one way to do it, but it becomes easier to get a good buzz sound if you get up on the sticks a little bit and play down, okay? The next thing we're going to take a look at are two exercises. The first one starts at 60 BPM, and it's triplet based. So listen to this. 2, 3, 4. If we just played 16th notes, it would sound like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. That sounds bad, right? There's way too much space in between each stroke. 1 E and a. We don't want that. We want the buzzes to be filled in, so we want it to be like this. 1 triplet, 2 triplet. Hear the difference? So that's triplet based. A great example of this is the killer song Glamorous Indie Rock and Roll, Ronnie Vannucci. It's a very slow tempo, and he just fills in all of that space with a really like creamy, just smooth roll, and you've got to go triplet based for that. So this exercise, what we're going to do is play nice, light, low taps for 1 bar. So like this. 2, 3, 4. Okay, just 1 bar, and then we're going to go into buzzes. Okay, and that's where we're going to stop it. And then we're going to alternate. We're going to go to the left hand and do the same thing and then go back. Okay? Try to, if you need to slow it down to see the sticking and where hands are coming in and dropping out, no worries, do that. But 60 BPM, let's do this for a little bit together. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the next exercise is gonna be at 100 BPM, and we're gonna start by playing eighth notes with the right hand. You'll hear it's like this, and they're gonna be buzzes. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? Then we're gonna fill it in with 16th notes from both hands. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2. Then we're over to the left, okay? We've done exercises like this before without buzzes. Now we're just adding buzzes in. So lead with the right, 16th notes, back to the right, then the 16th notes lead with the left, and then you do it all again with the left. Okay, if that's confusing, just watch it again, slow it down, you'll see what's going on. Here we go, 100 BPM, let's do this a little bit. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a right, then filling in with the left. Now we're on the left. Let's do it again. 1 and 2 and. Okay. You'll notice I really like to do kind of a rim shot to finish things out. So, whoa. That comes from listening to stuff like glamorous indie rock and roll. Ronnie starts that roll with a rim shot, right? So the only way I found to get good at that was just practicing a rim shot, and directly after the rim shot, you start your roll, okay? And I like to use this top part of the snare, depending on where your wires are oriented. Mine are going straight up and down here. If you get a little off axis to the wires, you can find sort of a sweet spot. So again, if mine are like up here, going vertical, if I put my roll maybe to the left of that just a little bit, you can find that really nice buzzy sound. Also, the tension of the wires is gonna play into what kind of buzz you can get. Here, let me tighten these up. Here's how this sounds. Back to loose. That's too loose. Yeah, that's the thing is practice buzz rolls for sure on your pad, but understand you don't have the luxury on the pad of those snare wires to kind of mesh everything together, make it sound nice and soupy, and you're gonna hear the individual sticking more. That's okay. Get really good at making buzz rolls sound decent on a pad, and then when you go to the snare and you get the right tension on your wires and you get everything happening, it's gonna sound that much better. So that is the buzz roll. Those are some exercises you can use. Make sure to aim for the center of the pad. Make sure that you're thinking about keeping that thumb on the top of the stick, getting the right tension. Make sure that this finger is coming in, right? Whether it's first finger or second finger. I like to go first finger, not second finger. That there's not a gap there, which means your thumb is on the top of the stick and you're able to put the right pressure. I just think if I had to have it on the side, you can do it, but you're gonna get so tired. Get that thumb on the top there, more French grip, right? It's great. And the other thing too is when you start to play really fast doubles, so let's go up to like 180, you're gonna use this same concept. You just relax the tension, but you're doing the same motion. You're playing with your entire arm. So if we were at like 180, hear those individual doubles? It's the same thing. I'm playing with my arm. I'm trying to play down on the head, and I'm just relaxing that pressure between my fulcrum here. Versus. Right? You could even go faster. Let's go 210. Right? 230. So that when you want to play those really fast doubles, it's the same technique we're working on here with buzz rolls, but you just lighten up the fulcrum there. Super, super useful. Use that all the time. So thanks for checking this out. Work really hard on your buzz rolls. Go through these exercises, and it will pay off big time. Thanks for checking this out. I'll see you on the next one.